Hello, hello. Good morning, evening, afternoon. Happy Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? 'Tis Tuesday. Good. Might as well just put this up right now. What's up, Scripta? How you doing? Look, I got my mobile thing here, so I can, see, that, just to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing, because I zone out and I forget that you can't see it, so I've got my mobile screen up there, because the computer's in a weird place. Doing okay? Good. I'm glad. We're gonna do inking today. So these are, okay, just so in case there's anyone that has not been here through this process. These are all the people, because I lost my home, my apartment, but it was my home, I was evicted because I lost 3 jobs due to either COVID or being fired because I had people in my life that were sick. And these were the people that as soon as I came back online after months of fucked up shit and not being online, you guys were here. So these are all these people. And that's not even counting the lurkers, because I have I have people that log on that, don't follow, don't subscribe, and I don't expect them to. You give me your time. So these are just the people that I know of because they're present in my chat. But there's way more people behind this, and to those people as well, I salute you. Because I myself am a lurker, and I don't really follow or subscribe or watch Twitch a lot. Just because I've got some, things going down. But these are all those people. So today we're going to ink, which is basically just my playtime. We're going to get back to, what's the game's name? Not a Hero. That game's really fun. We're going to get back to it, but today is going to be about this. So basically I'm just going to zoom in on this center area for right now, because I'm only going to be working a small area at a time. So we're going to start probably here, just because it's the most congested, and it's honestly just something I want to clean up and maybe refine a little bit better. So why not just start in the center, So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. This does require zooming in and out, so I apologize for the inconvenience of it, but if you guys want to see what I'm actually doing, this is the best way to do it. Because my big fucking hand gets in the way. So anyway, I have some markers. I'm going to start with a regular Sharpie, just because it's reliable for the size. I'm sorry, I'm going to try not to... The camera is a very shaky thing, so I'm going to try to be very gentle with it. But since we're zoomed in, actually, let's tilt this, because sometimes the best way to ink something is to not treat them like the letters that they are. This will prevent a lot of shaking with the camera. So, yeah, it's a little bit more stable. So, let's start here. So, we're going to do a little bit of Ob Flanders. And we're going to do some Cudzies 777. I think this is Crestfallen. I can't even tell. I'm looking at the camera and not the actual drawing. Some Scriptas in there. I can see it. And Mickley. So, let's start to have fun. So I want to pick the finer of these 2 points. So I do have a reference guide. One's a backup, and the other one is the one I want to use. So you can tell right away by looking at them. Ow. Which one's finer? Which one's sharper? That one's going to give me the accuracy I want for right now. The other one is a good fill-in. You never want to... I never want to use a duller but yet inky marker to do detail work, because just use it for fill-ins. That's the best thing you can do. It's still alive, you just use it for a different purpose. So with that, here we go. And there is a big negative space here, so I do have plans for the negative space. And do I plan on doing another one of these for everyone that comes past the next 3 months? Yes. Like, I don't have my follower canvases here. I can't paint like I used to and have the canvases up. So until then, yes, I'll go out and buy a new sketch pad around this size, and we'll do another one. And maybe do a different color pattern, or like, I don't know. But yes, I want to keep that tradition going because it made me feel more alive to have my art and my gaming kind of in the same place. So, and I am very graciously thankful for everybody's time, really. Okay, so let's start with the Z, because let's make the Z a little jazzy. If you can't see what I'm doing, let me know and I'll try to angle my hand a little bit more. Because I know I kind of paint, or I draw on a weird kind of angle. But right now, I'm not trying to do anything fancy, and I want to make sure to control myself with what I'm doing. You know what I mean? How's the music, by the way? Like the volume versus the audio. Just let me know if it's fucked up. Anyway, I just have to remember the first round is to get the general shape and not to go bad shit. Because I'm gonna want to, like, stray and, like, start to make things like, oh, well, I can shade this and that and then this and that. No. Volume's fine? Good. Thank you, Scripta. Oh, guess what? I found out not only were there audio setting problems, this new circle that I have has a high-pitched kind of whine to it, I noticed. I wonder if you heard that on your audio, because your system's probably more advanced. I just imagine you sitting there on the Matrix. But hey, Scripted, why don't you tell everybody about the Discord shit you were telling me about on Discord? Because that's very important for people to know. And thank you so much for telling me. So with the 7s in Scuds, I want to look like axes a little bit. You know, so if you have a general shape in mind, especially if you're trying to attach, like, oh, this name makes me, like, I was like, 777, it's like, I don't know, it's just like, punk. Like, I want this to feel very punk to me. If Neo was here, he'd be like, the repetition of letters and numbers. He'll get why that's funny. So yeah, we have a little bit of Scuds. Actually, let's just finish Scuds. Let's just do Scuds with doing this S in the meantime. However, no, not yet. Slight overlap, I want to make sure to make room for that. I'm also not doing the edges that are touching the other letters because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that space yet. I just know what I'm going to do with the space for this letter at this point. So may I end up interlacing them, or I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. I don't like seeing exposed edges. Okay. So at least that gives me a direction, and also I can erase that part when I want to, because it's almost done. But let's finish the S, which I think I'm going to accentuate a little bit more. And I'm just going to go for it. It's a fluid S, so I just wanted to do it. And so there you have it. And I can already tell I can connect this O and this K and S with confidence. So I'm just gonna do that really quick. Okay. So far, so good. Remember, I gotta hold myself back. Don't want to make it too crazy. I'm not sure if I want to connect the I and the S yet, so I'm gonna leave that be. Plus, that's getting into territory you guys can't see. So let's go up to this gap, because you guys can basically see Scripta. So let's get that solidified in there. Clean up that messy line. This is an overlay, so I can do it very quickly. It's part of whatever I do next, but I'm mainly focused on this part. So I'm gonna stay on this part. I could have extended the R, but I really didn't want to, honestly. Let's get the S in there so you guys can see it. Here we go. I don't mind this big negative space right here. I'm gonna play with that a little bit. See, like, I could go in and start doing some, like I'm controlling myself. I'm not gonna do anything fucking weird right now. So we got scripted 3, we got Scuds done. Let's get Octavius done. Because he's pretty much like, we've got the OUS, so let's get the Octo. The Octate. I can make it chunkier now that I know I have more negative space that I don't have to be cautious with. So some of these letters may get way bigger or accentuated differently than originally. Alright, Octavius, you're in there. So yeah, it's Scuds 777. And then we've got Octavius, we've got Scripted. Oh wait, hold on. Now we have Scripta. I had to cap off the A. Alright, so I think we should go into Mickley, because Mickley's gonna need to fight for some space with Salty Balti. And since I have so much negative space, I can use that to push like Salty Balti's name down a little bit, because I do have the space. So at least like Mickley won't look so crammed. Also, I'm gonna have a cigarette if you guys don't mind. Happy fucking Tuesday. I'm gonna turn down my music on my end. It won't change the music levels on your end, it shouldn't. I just, my mom's having a chiropractor come over in a half an hour, and I'm trying to, like, not be like, blah, 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 blah. God, of all the things I didn't bring in my art supply kit, I didn't bring a fucking block eraser. Because a block eraser is, like, looks like a fucking Twinkie, and I could just go over this whole thing. So, literally, I have 2 of these. One of them is going to be sacrificed for this entire drawing. Because you got to get all the... You have to get all the graphite or the pencil out of there before you put color on. Otherwise, you're going to make your colors look like they were dipped. Like, take a drop of food coloring and put it in swamp water. That's what it does. Hydration, make sure you drink your water during these times because shit goes weird. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette as I can. And my dog isn't where she planned to be, but she's out of the immediate vicinity of where I'm smoking. She's in the other room where a chiropractor's gonna give her a pet and a groom. She just leaves the room when she's in one B, which is great. I have air filters, like I said. Since I explained, I've stopped getting comments that she's definitely not a secondhand victim. Because her life is more precious to me than mine. Like, just to give you guys an idea of how much I love my dog. And, boy did I get into it with my fucking mi madre, hoy. Because I know she does not she doesn't, for better words, like dogs. She's a crazy fucking cat lady. I'm sorry, she's never gonna watch this shit, so whatever. She's kind of a crazy cat lady, and doesn't like dogs, mainly because you have to show a dog affection. No, I love my mom. I don't mean to fucking rag on her. I really don't. She gives me reasons to rag on her, but more on that at a later date. But she's allowing me to be here, and that means I've got to put up with the crazy. So you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, and I am definitely a beggar right now when it comes to my life. And if that means having to deal with there's a reason we don't live together. It wasn't a happy childhood, if we'll say that. I'm just gonna correct this really quick because I can see it. So we're gonna black out this area, because then it actually, that helps, because then it gives that eye the chance to be all curvy and swervy. I like it. Alright, sorry, because like you'll notice mistakes when you start erasing that you didn't notice before. So that's why I'm doing cleanup. Plus, it like gives me a break from inking, so I don't. Once again, it's like that when you get off of an autobahn or a highway or somewhere you're going like 70, 80 miles an hour. Scripta, your new mission, because I'm trying to learn the metric system like the rest of the fucking world. Teach me kilometers versus miles per hour. I know I can learn it by looking on the internet, but you're here, and so far, you have done more for me in that area than me looking it up. Because, for those of you that don't know Scripta, he gives me tough love. So, and it's appreciated and totally, like, it'd be one thing if he was just fucking, like, trolling me, but everything he says is pretty fucking dead on about the fuckery that is me. Let's see how these 7s turned out, because it'll look different. Definitely gonna vacuum today. I like the way the 7s came out. Like, you could tell they're 7s. There aren't really, like, backwards fucking L's. But let me, like, get that. I'm just trying to erase the work that I've already done, basically. So I just erased Scuds 777. I'm gonna do Scripta right here really quick. Get some of those points out of there, because with the negative space, like, with my follower canvas, it was just the names. It is just the names. Like, I like its purpose and how it's designed, and there's a reason it's designed that way. And with this, since there is negative space, and it was focused on that first 3 months where it was really hard for me to, like, get out of a very, very dark place in my mind, and you guys really kind of, like I said, from just spending time with me, like, literally that's it, spending time with me, not monetarily, not, like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate every single, like, penny that someone throws me, and that's amazing that people would do that to support me, and I appreciate it. But your time is the most valuable thing you give me, and that's always been my stance. Like, you choose to be here with me, hanging out while I suck at video games, or I'm ranting about whatever the fuck is on my stupid crazy mind at the time while I'm drawing or sucking at video games. Like, you guys are here, and that has gotten me over a lot of depression in my current state, and I appreciate that tremendously. you know, it's within myself to fix myself. You know, I have to perceive the world differently, and I am going to therapy, and, you know, so it's not like I'm relying on anyone to fill that gap. But, you know, it's almost like, not a lot of people get a special space like this to have a cool bunch of people just be fucking cool. Especially when I suck at video games. You guys are hilarious. And you're fucking with me. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm so glad I met each and every one of you. You've always been respectful. You've always been funny. You've always been helpful. And I wouldn't have half of the knowledge that I do right now. And I know I'm getting like sappy and shit. It's just, it's been a shitty emotional day with my family. Mi familia, mi familia. So and I'm kind of just escaping from it right now, if you will. So anyway, sorry, let's talk about some shit. So Not a Hero, has anyone been watching that one? Like, I was hoping Singlety or a couple other people would have tuned in, because it's not a platformer. I can't jump. And it's not a puzzle game because it's a shooter. So I want one of them to tune in, for fuck's sake, and be like, oh, now I want to... That's like the first thing that they all say is like, oh, not a platformer. It's like, go fuck yourself. But like, I love it. I love it. It makes me laugh, and I know it's in good humor. So anyway, I'm gonna stop being sappy. Any questions or Q&As or anything you want to talk about besides me talking about this process that I'm doing? Because right now, Flanders directly connect. Like, there's, I don't like this gap right there. Hold on. Like I said, I'm being strategic in how I use... This is a thicker black marker, and I don't necessarily want to use it unless I have to, because there are fine details I do want to do in the negative space. So I'm still trying to leave negative space, but also being able to expand some names that are crammed in there now that I know I have negative space to play with. So, but like, say for instance, this area right here, it doesn't look like much, but once I block that out, I could do something interesting inside of it and make it a part of it all. You know, like, this is my followers and sub canvases that you guys were used to in my older streams. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's on YouTube. I have a link for it. But like, I have follower and subscriber canvases, and they make different images. This is something very different. Like, that is a complete tribute to you guys, right? This is, for lack of a better term, making it a part of you and me, I guess. Like, so in those little areas, I'm gonna interject something silly or a little drawing or something colorful, a pattern. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go, but I've got a lot of work to do besides that. So oh, it went over a little bit into the E. Have to make the E a little smaller. That's okay. Yeah. Oh no, it looks like Gonzo's nose. It's okay. I can fix it. There we go. Okay. Let's just get the B in the Bob. And then Bob's done. Now notice there's an overlay, so I'll probably end up transitioning into that later. There we go, Flanders. Oh no, wait. There we go. And there is also an overlap with Sind, so I'm just gonna do that S real quick. And okay. Alright, so we've got some things going on. Like I said, I want to give Mickley some space. I'm looking at the overlays really quick. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's look at the drawing as a whole and see where we want to go. So like I said, since there's a lot of open space underneath Salty Balti right now and Lexer, I might be able to push this down a little bit in order to give Mickley some space. And I can just do that very easily by just using the marker to do it. So I think I'm gonna try to do that. I still do, because, and I might even end up changing Devon 49 a little bit, just because I don't want Mickley's name to be overlapped by 3 other names. You know what I mean? So that's, I think, what I'm gonna do right now. So I think that's a good area that I won't have to like keep readjusting. Okay. What is it? She needs something? Hold on. Sorry. I'm gonna mute you guys really quick. Hello again. I am back. For more inking, we are going to make Meekly less hidden in canvas. No, it's not canvas, but that's what I'm fucking calling it, because that's what I'm used to. It's been a while since I've, like, drawn on a sketch pads, especially with the other one. Where is the other one? Is it? Hold on. Oh, yeah. So, we're not working on this one today. But we will. Maybe tonight. I have to fill in her boots and her corset and figure out what kind of flesh tone. And I was talking about this last night, since the wings are so dark, does anyone have some, like, really good ideas as far as, like, color complements? I was thinking, like a neon pink, or like a neon turquoise with pink, like kind of 80s colors to kind of bring her out. Maybe like a purple, but like a purple that's, like I said, neon, like something bright. There's a lot of yellow in her feathers, so I don't know if I want to incorporate yellow into it. But if any of you guys have any ideas, let me know. Otherwise, this is another one I'm working on right now. This is a completely different like style. Do you guys see? So that's like more of like a black and white that I'm doing. And like the eye inspiration is people that get their eye tattoos, where they literally inject ink into their eyes and then their eyes are that color. But I loved like and plus, like, also if you've ever watched Naruto, there's that kind of sense to it. And like the whole point of that drawing is fury. In like when people talk about being angry, like they talk about seeing red, but like nothing scares me more than like thinking of someone with like crazy solid white eyes and like, you know, the iris wise, and then the rest of it black like that. It's just like that. It's like a void. It's like a black hole inside of a black hole, and it's terrifying. So I like that a lot. So it was based on a fucked up dream I had. So yeah, good times. Wait 1 second, sorry guys. Alright, so let's get Mickley out of the shadows a little bit. Devon, I think we're gonna move your name that way, because we have the space. And that way we can give, like, for instance, I'm gonna do it. Mickley can have a full M, you know? Yeah, because we can take you this way, and I can still do the same style because we have the negative space. So we'll get back to that. I won't erase that yet until I, you know, actually do what I said I was going to do with it. Like I said, we're moving Salty down, so don't worry about it, like, fucking up anything that you're seeing right now. Okay, so he's a little bit more out of the shadows, and I like that. He or she, I have no idea who they are. We're gonna figure out that tea in a minute. I'm gonna do some cleanup. And try to hold this still so it doesn't shake as much as it should. I'm sorry for the shaking. For anyone that has motion sickness, please look away. I would even like go as far as to like do a BRB screen and like violently erase this if people were like, oh, the motion sickness, because I know what that's like. Both advertently and inadvertently, personally and impersonally. There. Now Mickley stands out a little bit more, and we're just gonna erase 40. It's Devon 49, but we're gonna erase the 49 just so you can see. Like now it really has a space here, and we have enough room to take the tea down with Salty. We can do something creative with that, and still have all this space to give Salty, and then we can also maybe lift Lexer up a little bit so he doesn't look so crammed. So far so good. I'm liking the way it's coming, together. My mom's chiropractor's gonna be here in like 5 minutes. I just smoked a roll. Anyway, she hates that. At least she knows. But hey, I need to sleep. Sorry, I'm erasing other things you guys can't see. Pretend there's just an earthquake, a minor earthquake in Beloit happening from another explosion. Did you guys read about that explosion? It happened in Rockton, which is 5 miles from where I live. And there was a huge fucking fire at a power plant or some shit like that. Luckily no one was killed. Some people were injured, but no one was actually like murdered by the accident. But that happened like super fucking close to my house. I just started laughing. I think that day, like I went to take my dog out, and my neighbor like was out as well. He has a little Chihuahua that like is Shira's little buddy right now. So literally, it's so adorable. Every time I take her out to go to the bathroom, she'll wait at the top of the stairs and look for him. He's like a little, like, I don't know what his name is. I don't know what his name is, because when he says it, it's like, yeah, and then he comes around, and I don't know what he says. But anyway, oh wait, there's a mistake there. Sorry. Just noticed it. On that note, I shouldn't be doing this, but it's for continuity. So it's fixing a mistake, but on a bigger level. And we'll go in with a finer pen later and do the more detailed work. But like I said, I don't like right now I want to take this and start doing stuff with it, and it's unnecessary right now. So one second, I'm just getting a ciggy and hydrating. How much water do I have in my cup? Yeah. How much water do you think that is? Yeah. It's enough to choke down my sorrow and doubt of destroying I hope you guys like it. The song kind of stopped, so. Okay. I'm getting there. I'm coming. Hold on. Just give me a second. Where the fuck did the thing go? There's the thing. Wait, my mom's, she's calling my name really quick. One second. Yeah? I'm back. Sorry. She just wanted to make sure that my dog was, like, because as soon as, like, new person gets here, she's gonna, like, get up and be like, ah! Someone here! I can smell someone new! She's gonna, so hopefully she's kind of passed out right now. So I think we're okay, but as soon as that doorbell rings, she's gonna probably freak out. So my mom just wanted to make sure that the door was closed. Windows open, 2 air filters, dog not getting fucking lung cancer, okay? Just so you guys know. Can't hear them because Scripta 3 helped me with my audio settings. So thank you, Scripta 3. But there's a lot of fucking fans going on in here right now. Oh, I guess I should be polite in the way I talk. Okay, so where do we want to take it? Do we want to do salty? I mean, we already started sal. Okay, hold on, I have to move some things though if we're gonna go that angle with it, because it's not gonna be natural. Or actually, or we could, no, I don't want to fix Devon. We will fix Devon. But I'm not in a drawing mood, I'm in an inking mood. Sorry for any noise you hear. So we're gonna change the direction of Devon's name to there, or even just slightly that way. You know, it could be both. So I'm gonna put them both as options, and like you see this as like, oh, don't ruin it. I'm not, like, this is all erasable. So, but we're gonna work on Salty right now because he's had to sacrifice some space for Mickley. So let's get Salty in there. What the fuck is my mom doing? Do you guys hear that? It sounds like I live, okay, like, if it were just me in a studio apartment, and I'm getting real close to the mic, not for ASMR purposes, just because I know she can hear me. I'm scared. It's like I live with a ghost. That's what it's like, living here. Just random banging for no reason. No consideration of being quiet. And like, I tiptoe around the house like a mouse, because I was trained to do that as a child. Yeah, PTSD. Anyway. But like, she didn't get the book, but she gave me the book and I read it, and then I applied it and she didn't. She just bought it somewhere. If we're gonna go there. Anyway. More fucking drawing. So we're gonna have to re-engineer the T. So we can still, let's go down to about there with it. Still follow the same direction. It doesn't have to be as thick as it is, but I also don't want like some sort of ballooning effect that happens a lot with tees when they're not symmetrical. And you'll see that in a lot of drawings, and you're like, yeah, it looks like a tee, but honestly it looks like a clown made it with balloon. You know, like I don't like that style. And so you'll notice it's different like here, but what I want to make sure to do is make it very evident it's a fucking T. So in order to do that, I can't do like a balloon animal kind of structure. So it's a T. They're not exactly aligned, but once again, I'm trying to give Mickley some space. And also, the line kind of fits already with the Y, so I don't really need to come down too much with that, but I definitely wanted to give the Y a little bit more flair. And it also creates a cool negative space to play with. Like I said, I'm looking not only to expand ideas that I had that I wasn't sure was gonna make it, but also to give myself some negative space to play with this drawing. Lexer, don't worry, we're gonna fix it. Working on Salty right now. I can probably even move Uwani, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but it looks like Uwani. I could probably move that down now that I have that extra space. So I might end up shifting a bunch of things because of inking. So inking can really, you know, when you're done with your drawing, you think it's done, but like as soon as you start inking, like sometimes you pass off to an inker and they do exactly what, you know, is there. Sometimes they have their own flair there. Obviously, there's some illustrators that just do specifically inking and they're incredible. So they take that drawing to the next level. But, you know, like, there's always like meetings about like, okay, well, I want to change it this way. And it's very like business-like. But when you get into inking, your drawing that you started with does change. I'm already getting tons of pencil on here. But it ends up changing, and there's, I could say, very few things that I've done that have come out exactly how I thought about it in my head. I would say 92%. Oh no! Flanders! I fucked up her 6. Don't worry, I'll fix it. Whiteout does wonders. You wouldn't even imagine. Like, don't even fault me. I'll fix it. No! You see, like, I got too into it, man. Anyway, this T kind of has the same vibe as the other T. I'm just gonna change the direction a little bit. I have to remember it's not a drawing. I'm trying to imitate what I already thought up. Drawing and inking are two completely different processes. I'm gonna make this Y a little bit shorter because I think ultimately it's gonna give a good advantage to Lexer being able to get a little bit more space in there. So we got Salty Balti. Alright, so don't really want to work on Devon. Don't want to work on pushing more of this down right now. I'm just trying to do this to decompress from some bullshittery. So I'm looking at things kind of maybe more in hold on 1 second. Moving pencils. Okay. Like more in this area. Wait, let's see what I can do. Cause Bear Trap Chuck, Sea of Whiskey, Crestfallen, Neo Dewan, and Single T, I could probably get in there. But let's I don't want to have to reconfigure the camera too much, so I'm just gonna fuck with it a little bit, if that's okay. First of all, we're gonna zoom out a little bit and pan over, because we're gonna start here. We'll do Bear Trap Chuck later, because I want to see how this all takes shape. Well, actually, this is kind of the beginning of it. Maybe we should do that one first. Because then, no, no. This is a separate entity. Okay, sorry. I want to do this part. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna zoom a tiny bit more. Actually, no, let's zoom out. No, I'm going the other way. Tell a little bit more. Thank you. Okay. Alright, so you can see the S kind of, so let's scooch it, and then I'll scooch it a little bit more later. We'll get to Bear Trap Chuck, but let's just treat Sea of Whiskey like it's its own entity, and I'm just gonna go for it. I wanted his, like, O's and stuff, or circles inside letters to look like, water droplets, because he's the Sea of Whiskey. So I wanted it to be, like, kind of teardroppy. Doing circles in one swoop like that is very stressful. But we're going to take a break from Sea of Whiskey and do the sea right here in Crestfallen and fill out this area. So I'm going to expand the sea. Okay. gives what helps the intuition. Sorry, it sounds a lot like that song. Oh, someone's here. My dog just got up to investigate. It's okay, puppy. Everything's fine. I'm sorry, this is sounding too much like Smooth Jazz 98.5. We're gonna just skip that. Okay. I don't even know if that was the actual radio station. It looks like an angry E. No, there we go. It's better. Crestfallen E. Alright, cool. We did it. We can finish the whiskey now. Yeah, let's do that. Wait, hold on a second. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Even though that's not a pirate themed show at all. Sea of whiskey. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why that's what I choose to think about. Sorry, 1 second. My mom's, 1 second. I'm sorry. Hey, sorry. My mom's asked me to, kind of chill for right now while her doctor's here. So, I guess I'm being loud. But, I'll be back in like a couple hours. We're definitely I want to ink this whole thing by the end of the night. Because we have all night to do it, so, you know, yeah. So I'll be back, and thank you so much for everyone that's been watching so far, and I apologize that I have to go right now, but, I think it's, shaping out pretty cool, you know? And then what I want to do is, just really quickly before she becomes a demon harpy, with these areas, we're gonna darken them out, but it'll isolate this area, and then we can do something with that area that's like a little drawing or some sort of colorful pattern, or I don't know, whatever, like a symbol, you know, like different shit like that. So I'll try to use as much as the negative space as possible. I know up here, because we just did it, like Sea Whiskey, I have to erase all that so it looks as clean as this. So once that's clean, you'll see like, okay, well, there is some space to play in there. And for the spaces big enough to draw in, I will. For the spaces maybe not so big and that don't need to be blacked out because there really isn't anything you can really do with that space without distracting from the letters, like that space I can do something with, like a little bit, and so I'll reserve those areas outside of the letters to help whatever area and whatever color pattern I've chosen for that name. I'll choose a color here to make this pop, you know what I mean? So the negative space is going to be the last thing I do, but I'm definitely going to, while in the inking process, outline the negative space where I'm going to be illustrating with color in the names versus the spaces that are going to be vacant until that part's done, you know. So this is going to be a work in progress, and I'm having fun doing it, and it's honestly the late night thing I like to do. If I play video games, I usually don't like to do it at night. During the day I have more energy to do it, but at night, that's when I go into like draw mode and stuff like that. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back in, he's gonna be here for like another hour and a half probably, because he's doing like an evaluation and then like a session with her, so I really can't fucking leave the room right now. But yeah, so have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon. For those of you that can't tune in a couple hours, gonna maybe eat something, and yeah, see y'all later. Love y'all. I'll see you soon. Bye.